boy! He's there, look at him on the big screen! Man, get out of the way! Look at him! Yes, sir!
I just played at the UK Nationals this weekend. I finished top 32 playing Memento Fiendsmith. So, I guess why did I pick the deck? So the last time I've played at a big event was World Chalice. So I wanted to play a deck that can play under all the hand traps like this format, like pretty much a majority of them, and then just have like a grind game. So let's sort of go into the list. So this would be standard, like 3 Anguich, your normal summon, 3 Horse, I guess an Extender, I guess Goblin and Darkblade. So pretty much, I guess these are like your 6 normal summons, then 3 Extenders. And then engine requirements, Mace, Sleepy, Akihiron. These are pretty much, to me, these are like the boss monsters of the deck. They don't really lose like the Bestials. Then engine requirements as well, Gatic, Trihorn, the boss monster. Gatic's just recursion, Trihorn is just, instead of running any of the traps, it's kind of like a monster you can summon, and it serves kind of like the Fracture Dance. I run 3 Bone Party, that's required. And then 3 Goblin Breakout. So this is just so you can, I guess even turn a normal summon into combo, just a nice extender. Then you run Memento Fusion. You wouldn't run 3 in the Fiendsmith variant because you're not running as like many names because you're running like 1 Darkblade. Yeah, and then 1 Field Spell. Search off the Combined Creation. Was it Creation King Fusion? I run 3 Engraver, so this is pretty much what makes the deck viable, in my opinion. You run the Fiendsmith package because it sort of serves as like the best extender. I see some people running this as like a way to start your turns to protect yourself from hand traps, but you end up losing to draw. I like using it to like supplement all your plays. Also, having Engraver as like 1 card combo as well. Also lets you break boards. It gets to serve as like non-engine, which is really strong. I guess I can talk a bit more when I get to the extra deck. So let's just get to non-engine.
Go.
Cool. So I main deck 3 Forbidden Droplets. So run this because it's just really nice to be able to I guess play into boards, and it's not bad as a set. It's really cool that you can like send a monster and spell, so people can't like react with a quick play after. Like I think that's just extremely important. I think it's just mandatory. And then 3 Droll. I mean this is pretty much simple. Like Mitsu exists. Any Mitsu variant you need this. Also if you want to be prepared against like some of the other decks. 3 Ash. Pretty much just for the Charmies. Oh yeah, I forgot to say with Droll as well. Oh, why I think it's mandatory. It comes up a lot that you might need to draw yourself under your opponent's Charmies. Like the entire weekend, I was getting like double Charmied or whatever, and then they would get back to their own turn and they would like double Charm me or something. Droll just like came in clutch. Yeah, just need it. 3 Ash, pretty much. Use it as a way to just stop Charmies if you can. If you can play under a Charmy, you might not even need to use the Ash. That's like one thing I love about the deck. 3 Fualos have to run it. 3 Prulia have to run it, I guess. Not much to say there. Okay, the extra deck. So this is probably a bit, I guess, changes the variant. So, okay, this is like the standard ratio. 2 Creation King, 1 Twin. Don't really care about the cash. We're usually facing like a Cash Terror variant of a deck. Let's say they like take out 2 of these, it doesn't really matter. Like you can still win with main deck and your other parts. So yeah. And then I run I guess the Fiendsmith package. Closed Moon, Wreck, Sequence, Necro, Arrow Eater. So Arrow Eater is a part of the Engraver, being a 1 card combo. And it's also I guess really good with its Grave effect to resummon itself. So there's like a line I do. Oh yeah, because you notice I didn't run Agnumde here or Desiree. So Aerial Eater is really nice for the second effect to revive itself. So I like trying to end with Caesar SP on my end boards. just because I feel like it's just better into it makes most of your one card combos a bit stronger. And obviously you're never play. This is not like a one card combo deck. You're probably always trying to play out each hand like differently. But having Arrow Eaters making that, at least you can end on like a Caesar SP. So yeah, very important. Then I run Proxy Dragon and Baphomet. So I saw pure variants running Proxy Dragon and Baphomet.
You mean Proxy Magician.
Oh, what do I call it?
Proxy Dragon.
Oh my gosh. Proxy F, sorry. Yeah, and this is pretty much a way to fuse to either make your Arrow Eater or Baphomet. So just like another way to beat Dominus Impulse. And if something gets fusion summoned to the link pointers, you can just special summon a monster with 1,000 or less. So it has some extension to it. Really underrated as well. I guess like it reminds me of when like Rescue Ace were like running it for Mud Dragon. It's like very similar, like how you end up using it. Then Cross Sheep is here just for to make better use out of your fusion summoning under. SP is here, just really strong card. You can do stuff where, because remember Baphomet's being here, so you could like SP banish your Sleepy, and then you can Baphomet revive it, so you can have like more interruptions. Also, I guess for the last two cards, I run Guardian Chimera. So Guardian Chimera is just important for, as I'm assuming you're never gonna get to full end board. So Chimera is like another way that, if you try to have an end board with like 2 pops, like let's say you have to use Bone Party, destroy Sleepy and whatever, dump, go summon Twin Dragons, pop, it can lose to an Ash. So I like using my Memento Fusion to like summon something else that can offer 2 pops. So Guardian Chimera was there. It's just pretty much if it got ashed and I need 2 pops, Chimera serves that. And then I guess the flex bot is the Underworld Goddess. I literally changed this to the last moment. This used to be a Typhon, pretty much on the feature match. I guess even Swiss, a lot of people didn't expect me to just activate Closed Moon effect and then just be like, okay, just take their board away, negate the entire board, then make Requiem, and just proceed to just like beat them. So with the Closed Moon, it's very important that it can negate a Grave effect as well, the Grave Summon. Definitely I think I wouldn't run the Typhon. I'd keep the Underworld. Typhon is pretty much you just summon it and then you try to play on their turn. I feel like, I don't know, you just want to try and play in a way that they can never guess your next move, or because a lot of people are so used to playing against pure Memento, and the Fiendsmith offers so much more extension into things, and that's why I think you should just like I guess like run all the Fiend stuff, like sort of like a Memento Fiend link deck. So yeah, going to the side. So 3 Miaos. Just for Malice and Mitsu. Did this card ever come up? Did I ever resolve this? No. Oh my gosh, man. 3 Bell. It's very awkward. Like I can imagine people say, "Oh, this is weird running the Bell on the side," but kind of swapped it with my Perulias. I just needed it for the for my own turn going first. Because, a lot of the matches, like, I'm getting Belled, Bestial, DD Crowed, and all this stuff, right? So, Bell kind of helps you stop DD Crows. And also, it's really good against Malice as well. Then, Freelancer, I mean, I don't really need to say anything about that one. 3 Solemn Strike. So, Solemn Strike instead of Judgment. Because pretty much, your really safe combos, play around Bestials, you can play around, like, Draw, you can play into Charmies and whatever. Solemn Strike kind of makes sure that your combos actually go off, like, when you're trying to play your turn on their turn. Because you try to resolve Bone Party to kind of start, like, some of your disrupts. So if they chain an Ash, or they even activate Charmies and then draw a standby, you could at least Solemn them. So yeah, Solemn Strike, really important. Also, you could just end turns as well. Like, there's been so many moments where Mitsu Raizo, like, normal summon Ice or just start X, you just Solemn Strike. You can kind of guess their turn. You can just be like, well, they need the next 2 cards to continue doing this. Because the whole idea is, even though you can have the highest ceiling, you just want to make sure it gets back to your turn, and you just beat them with the follow-up. And yeah, last cards. So Lightning Storm Duster. I guess the weird card is XYZ Encore. So the idea was, because you're gonna run the 9 Charmies, you don't want to draw any dupes of these. So before I used to like run a bit more but I think this just works out better. So Encore is pretty much here for I was pretty scared of Mitsu players like setting was it the Harpy's Featherstorm, and I thought it was like Encore is like a way to out it, and it was also like another way to just out Detonator a lot, because I feel like if you could, I thought this was the only out to the Featherstorm. No, apparently there's no out. My opponent in round 10 told me that they also ran Encore, and they were saying that the Rizal players would end up using Castel to put a card back, and then you wouldn't be able to even use the XYZ Encore because it can't detach. But yeah, that's the side deck. Okay, so I guess I'll go over quick.
Go.
Yeah, so my matchups were, I faced round 1 I faced Memento Fiendsmith, and then I faced Live Twin Fiendsmith. Then I faced Rizal Mitsu twice. So that's the 4 wins. And then I drew against Malice in round 5. I faced a White Forest Fiendsmith player, I won that. Then I faced a Mitsu Fiendsmith, I won that. Then I got my first loss against Rizal Mitsu. And then at the end of day 1, I drew against that Metamorph pile. And oh my gosh, rounds 8 and 9, I was just so tired. So I definitely found like it being so much more difficult playing into the later rounds.
In day 1, which one out of all your matchups do you think was the hardest one for your deck? And
yeah, so to be honest, I wouldn't say there was like any matchup that was like difficult. I would say it's probably just I think it was just being able to just open playable. Like if I was going to lose a game, it's either because I just didn't open playable, or it's my opponents just open the nuts. Like, I hate triple attack. I swear, I'm always like, every time I'm hand trapping, I'm thinking like, okay, what's the next card they could use to save them in this moment? It's always triple attack. And every time I Charmy, they just always have a response. They always have the Ash. Either they draw themselves or they have the Cord by or whatever. I mean, it's cool. I mean, actually, I'm not seeing people draw themselves, but I'd say my best match for the day was the Malice player I drew with. It was a really, really fun match. Day 2, I faced Rizal Heroic Beast, and then I faced Blue Eyes, and then yeah, I ended 30th in Swiss, and then I lost top 32 against Rizal Mitsu. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention to the new time rules.
Look, we can just say you got scummed. That was it.
So I'll have some shout outs. So shout out for to my friend Tron for pretty much like being the GOAT, letting me everything for the entire deck. Like pretty much the only thing I own are like the Charmies, and then everything else Tron just gave me that. Shout out to like Koi, Tahid, Tron, Dylan, pretty much everyone in my circle, Aris as well. Pretty much just going over like I guess our little playtest circle, like coming over to just like play, get some practice, and also like talking about theory, because we pretty much like got into the format like a month ago, and then even before then we just weren't playing the game. Like my last event was me playing World Chalice, and I topped the Cardiff event with that. So also shout out to my opponents and everyone else I caught up with. Everyone's like really nice. Pretty much I didn't have any like issues like throughout the day. Like most of my opponents were like pleasant people, and yeah, National was just really fun. It was a bit sad that it wasn't top 64 because a lot of people were playing for draws. The format's really good because it's there's a lot of technical play that goes on, so it kind of felt that Memento Fiendsmith was good because I kind of like the decks where you just have to just be really good with just thinking on the spot and then just like play into a situation, and this deck like highlights that.
Considering the format and how most lists are playing at least 12 to 15 hand traps, how would you describe each of your lines with this deck under like certain ones like draw, double Charmies?
Yeah, Charmies and all of that. Yeah, so pretty much I would say that so under Droll, so yeah, I've seen a lot of people not running, like when they play Memento, they don't want to run the Fiendsmith. And even when you're playing other decks, you know, like if you're on Rise or Mitsu, you're afraid of like draw. So with most of your plays with the Fiendsmith variant, you actually want to just start with all the Memento cards and use all the Fiendsmith stuff as like extenders. So that's like under draw. And then when you're under Charmies like Prulia, you don't really care about Prulia. You can give your opponent about 2 to 3 draws, then make a board with like, I don't know, like it feels like 8, 10 disrupts, you know, like based on like the hand. And then under Fua, I think Fua is probably the best off the hand traps because it feels like it lowers your ceiling a lot. Like Fua and Meows, because you don't really touch the X-Deck too much. But I'd say literally most of the time it was I was getting DD Crowed, Belled, Misa and Impulsed a lot. So a lot of the and the Bestials. Everyone loved their Bestials. So what I actually was going for my end boards were pretty much like in my gravish Sleepy Acheron. Because pretty much, so the whole idea was you could use Acheron, like you could have this on your end board, you could destroy it, and you could use it to re-add wherever anything is banished, where the Sleepy is. So, because let's say DD Crow, right, and you just don't have a bell, they could just get rid of this. Because some of the players may notice that, the better players may notice that, oh, you know, I don't need to go for Anguish. Because my idea is, oh, you could have like these two and like Anguish, like any of the three, but and then you could just use them as ways to like play on your opponent's turn. Because the whole idea, I don't think, yeah, you can disrupt them on their turn, but I think the best thing about this deck is you make sure they don't OTK you, and then you just go back to your turn and just beat them. That sort of thing, right? Mm-hmm. So I guess if anyone's like interested in like the lines for the deck, or like how to play and beat certain hand traps, like how are you beating 4 hand traps, or what do you need to do, and what do you need to play around, what is like, you know, the best like sort of decision making you need to do. I'd say if anyone's interested, yeah, go ahead, ask in the comments, whoever. I'll even be down to just like make a video and just go over every single line for the deck and like all the end boards or how you just naturally want to play, you know? Yeah. So pretty much that's my deck profile, and yeah, show any interest on anything else with the deck. Yeah, I'll be down for that. Final shout outs to my family. So pretty much in between rounds, I was like speaking to him. My brother came to the event as well. Like shout out to him. He was making sure I was like having bottles of water. You know, I had the caffeine. I had like the, you know, those like fiber bars and whatnot. And pretty much, yeah, ultimately, I wasn't like feeling super confident going to this event because just picking up the format like just last month and then just trying to go into it, right? Especially playing a deck like this. But I think it was a good fit. It's pretty much like Wild Chalice. It's like Prank Kids. It's like, you know, it's just my favorite stuff. You know, Memento as well. YuGiOh Forbidden Memories. You know, those nonsense games. I love those. I grew up playing those. So, yeah. And that's me, Memento Fiendsmith.